It's 51 degrees. It's Tuesday. It's cold. It's cold in my opinion. Maybe I'm a fair weather rider. Am I a fair weather rider? I don't know. Any ride's better than no ride, so figure go out and roll up to a local spot. Had to stop by and say hi to the old guys.
No, I know,
It's the old guys club up here. Keep them young. So, took a little ride down to the river, actually. So, hitting up a nice little ghost town, pretty cool spot to ride to. And over there is Arizona, and this is the Nevada side. So, pretty cool spot. There's a ghost town that we're gonna roll through and stop by on the way out of here. Pretty cool. It's actually in a movie. There's some old planes and a bunch of old cars and some old buildings and stuff. Pretty nice. Winds died down, and pretty cool view out here. Water level's pretty low, but pretty cool. I was just saying on the way in here, this is like perfect adventure bike territory. There's so many dirt trails and, you know, little motocross trails out there, and you know, you could get lost out here and just have all day bombing around. It's perfect territory for it. Stop for a soda. It's getting a little warm. That time of year is here. It's Thursday. We got to get some oils changed on the bike. I got to go get a pair of riding shoes, and I have a gift card for Harley Davidson that I got a while back, I think for like a birthday or something like that. So gonna get a new air cleaner, and I gotta get some Formula Plus oil for the primary. I've been running the Maxima primary fluid because of the clutch that's in there. You can't use synthetic primary fluid, so Maxima works really good. That's what was recommended to me. And technically, whatever fluid you use when you first put in a new clutch assembly and new clutch plates, technically you're supposed to stick with that. You're not supposed to kind of switch it around. It'll cause slippage and whatnot. This is all what I've been told from my mechanic. So anyway, we got to go get some fluids and a new air cleaner, and I need a pair of riding shoes. So that's what we're gonna do today. So for my Vegas people, there's a Cars and Coffee event coming up at Pikey Coffee. It's a motorcycle themed coffee shop, but they do all kinds of events there, and I'm gonna be there. It's on April 2nd, I believe. I'm gonna post the flyer. I couldn't tell you what I had for breakfast this morning or yesterday, let alone when this event is. I'm really bad about that stuff, so I'll post the flyer. I'm gonna be there, and if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post it there as well, and it should be pretty cool. So kind of keep an eye out for that. Gonna do oils, and I also bought a new air cleaner for the bike. You know, they say, you know, these are lifetime filters and you just got to re-clean them, and yeah, that's fine, but I mean, it's still not going to work as good as a new filter. So I'm gonna swap out the old one, put a new one in there, and do fresh oils, and pretty soon I'm gonna have to do tires too. So getting it ready for riding season. The other thing with summer coming is I like to run the 60 weight from Redline. It does make a big difference out here, you know, when it's 110, 115 degrees. You know, in the mornings you're looking at like 98 by 8 o'clock. It does make a big difference in engine temperature. So I run the 60 weight through the summer, and then through the winter when it's a little bit cooler, I'll go back to the 50 weight. It's kind of my philosophy behind it. I know some guys out here run 60 weight, you know, in every month, every weather, but that's what I do, and it's worked out for me. So we're gonna do the simplest thing first, which is change out the air filter. So if you're running this Screaming Eagle Extreme ventilator, I'm gonna tell you a story about mine. I didn't have these bolts tight down here the first time that I had this on there. I didn't have it super tight, and when I was riding home one day, the cover was just kind of flapping around like this because these bolts were gone and this little bracket that's down here was gone. So if you have this cover and you use this style of air cleaner, make sure these bolts are really tight. Otherwise, you're gonna have to buy a whole new kit just to get these bolts, and more importantly, to get this little bracket underneath. That's what I had to do. It cost me like 180 bucks just for basically 3 parts. You live and you learn. This is the bracket that I'm talking about. It goes up underneath here like this. That's what I'm talking about. Lost that thing along with 2 of these ARP head bolts, and yeah, no fun. All right, we got the air cleaner on, made sure those bolts are tight, and now we're moving on to transmission, and then this bike needs a wash. All right, so I'm just finishing up the oil change here. I want to point something out because I've had this happen to me a few times. If you're doing your derby cover, you got to be very careful with these bolts that are stock from the factory. It's pretty common, at least in my experience, to have one of the heads shear off. Doing your primary cover, you want them snug, but you don't want them tight. I went to Harley and I bought like 15 of these, and I keep them with my tools, just in the event that I shear a head off. It's very easy in my experience. Like I said, this is the second one that I've had happen to me now, and you want to carry some extras of these, in my opinion. Go to your Harley dealership and get extra primary bolts. I would like to change these out with ARP heads, something a little bit more rugged, a little bit tougher, but for now this is what we're using, and just in my experience, they shear very easily, so get yourself some extra ones. They're like $1 for them. I think they're like 90 cents or something. They're very cheap. Just buy yourself a bunch of them.